Okay, so what we got here is a Holy Bible, and if you notice the Freemason symbol here, it is a Freemason Bible, Master Reference Edition. Okay, now this is nowhere near an exhaustive look at this. It's only a hopefully a quick overview. Okay, this is the inscription page where they usually title the name of the inductee, the Mason. Here, knocking at the gate. Knocking at the gate. You can look that up. It's the very first induction of the first degree of Masonry. Okay, I'm going to kind of try and get all of these on film here, so you can pause and look and reference. This is the building of Solomon's Temple. Super important to the Mason religion or beliefs. This is King Solomon. This is King Hiram. And this is Hiram Abif, King Hiram's son, the master architect for the building of Solomon's Temple. Now they say that Masonry goes back to time immemorable, but they also say that he was the first master mason. There's a lot of contradictions in this book, so just bear with me. Here is a look. I'm going to zoom in so it's just one page at a time so you can get a more clear look at what's going on here. Okay, this is the building of Solomon's Temple. Okay, there's the symbol again. Now if you look here at the top, the initiated entered apprentice, first degree, second degree fellowcraft, third degree master mason. Now there's only 3 degrees here. That's because the typical, what they call speculative mason, only completes those first 3 degrees. Each degree costs money. It's a monetary system. So you pay for knowledge. If you want to go further than that, it's called esoteric, and I'll get into that in a minute. On these pages are where the officers check you off, say that you've learned and know the secrets, and are allowed to move forward. Okay. Here's a list of Masonic presidents. Oh, I wanted to point out here, if you notice, initiated, enter apprentice, passed fellowcraft, raised master mason. Okay, now look at the dates here. AD 19 whatever, right? Now there's another date system here that they use. They do not like the AD. They use AL. Okay? And I'll explain later. Well, if you see here on this page, it actually shows all 33 degrees of Masonry. Okay? This is if you go up past the first 3. So just real quick, and I'm a little scattered here. Sorry about that. This book was copyrighted 1964, printed 1971. I believe those are the meanings of those. Okay, George Washington, very, very popular person in the Masonic beliefs. Here's Freemasonry and the Holy Bible. I'm already 5 minutes in. Here it talks about Freemasonry and talks about its association with the Holy Land, which references several times to Palestine, and it credits the founding of Freemasonry to time immemorable. That's way back. Okay, now here's all the different lodges. You can do a quick search on on Google, and find all the different associated orders and temples and degrees. Here is a breakdown of all 32 degrees. Okay, I don't have time to go through every single one of them. I may put that in a different video. Order of the Eastern Star. This is Order of the Eastern Star is for women, since women aren't allowed to be in the Scottish Rite temples or any Masonic temple. They created the Order of the Eastern Star for them. Here are questions and answers related to history and work of Freemasonry and of the Eastern Star, not of a biblical nature. So this is, well, let me just go through and I'll just point out some of the things. Oh, AD and AL. AD stands for Anno Domini, which means the year of our Lord. And AL stands for Anno Lucis, the year of light. Okay? As you'll see, they don't believe in Jesus or as a prophet. They just think he was a great teacher of morals. So they go back 4,000 years past the AD date. So if it's 1999 AD, it would be 599 AL. That's pretty simple. Okay, as you see here, there is there's lots of definitions in here. I want to zoom in so you can see real close. This one really caught my attention. It's the broken column. Why the broken column in Masonry? Answer: among the ancients, columns or pillars were used to signify princes or nobles, as if they were pillars of state. A broken column would signify a fallen prince, the weakening of the state. Thus we have the broken column, familiar to every Master Mason as a symbol of the fall of one of the chief supporters of the craft. Now, they're talking about the fall as in Haram Abif. He was a prince, a fallen prince. Okay? Now we have to stick with me here, because this Bible was given to every single Mason. And the Masons that go above the 3rd degree are called esoteric Masons. Here. Esoteric Masonry. What is meant by esoteric Masonry? The secret portion of Masonry, which is hidden in emblems, symbols, allegories, legends, and other forms of mystery, and are wholly apart from monitorial teachings. These are the higher levels of Masonry. Esoteric. The Masonry most people are familiar with is the speculative. Okay? Now let's go look at the definition of Masonry. Here. Okay. A Freemason has been well defined as a peculiar system of morality veiled in allegory and illustrated by symbols. By the practice of Freemasonry, its members may advance their spirituality and mount by the theological ladder from the lodge on earth to the lodge in heaven. Freemasonry is not, however, a system of religion. It is the handmaiden to religion, enforcing its daily practice. Okay, right there. We're not a religion. Okay, we're a handmaiden. We're looking at religion through a Mason's eye now. Now, let me get forward here to speculative Masonry. Sorry, it goes into this. Oh, I'm sorry. Masonry, speculative, to distinguish it as a contemplative science from the operative arts. So they're not actually operating the art. They're just contemplating it or speculating or watching. Okay? There's a few terms in here that just really jump out. Okay? I suggest looking up, and you can even go to their website and look up their initiation rituals for the first degree. Okay? Worshipful. What is the significance of this term as applied to the lodge and to the master? The Old English meaning of worship and worshipful is retained. The idea is that of honorable, one to be revered and venerable. Institution, a venerable institution or person. Okay, so here they're saying that it's okay to worship institutions, which is the lodge, or person, which would be the worshipful master. If you don't have a working knowledge of Masonry, you may not be able to keep up here, but I'm going to keep going anyways. Now right here is a very, very good one. Eavesdropper. What is the significance of this term? This name was given to a Cowan, or a person who sought to listen in on secrets to which he was not entitled, because of an early form of punishment. A detected Cowan was forced to stand beneath the eaves of a house during a downpour of rain until he was soaked almost to the drowning point. So that's quite a punishment for learning secrets you weren't supposed to or paid for. Now a Cowan, okay? Right here. What is a Cowan? The answer is, this is strictly a Masonic term. It means an intruder and is used specifically of an eavesdropper. He is a person who seeks the secrets and benefits of Freemasonry in a clandestine manner, and when apprehended should be severely punished. They definitely don't want you getting out of line. Okay? Now I suggest looking up the oaths that they have to take. You might want to reference Jim Shaw, which is a past worshipful master, and he left. Also this book here, 33 Degrees of Deception. Those are very good sources of past Masons revealing the secrets. Okay, I'm just using this book to show you. Now here, after we get past all of this, we go here to questions and answers with pertinent information relating to biblical words, phrases, characters, events, and places associated with the ritual and teachings of Freemason. So this was not related to the Bible, and this is related to the Bible. Okay, and I'm going to quick go through just a couple things. Here we have Aaron's rod. In what way does this rod appear in Masonry? The staff which Aaron carried as a token of his office miraculously blossomed as evidence of his divine choice as high priest. It was afterwards preserved in the Ark. That's the Ark of the Covenant. They really, really want that. There is a lot of reference to the Ark in this book. Okay. Now here, let's look at this. We're going to try and look at their goals, okay? They're all right here. You just have to speculate. Burning bush. What significance is attached to this term in Masonry? Jehovah, the Hebrew title of God, is, of all the significant words of Masonry, by far the most important. This name is regarded as the basis of Masonic dogma and mysteries. In the original Hebrew, this name consisted of 4 letters and is designated by the Greek term tetragrammaton, meaning a 4-letter name, because it was forbidden of the Hebrews, as it is to a Mason. To pronounce it, it is also called the ineffable or unpronounceable name. Since this ineffable name was first communicated to Moses, well, I'll just skip that. You could pause and read it if you want to. I want to skip ahead here to ineffable name. Here. Ineffable name. Among the ancient Hebrews, it was forbidden that the most sacred name of God be spoken aloud, hence the title Ineffable Name. This reverential usage is observed in Masonry. Okay? Now, I want to go forward here. Word. What does the word signify in Masonry? In its chief use, the most profound meaning, the word is synonymous with truth. The search for the word is, in reality, the search for divine truth. In the mysteries of Freemasonry, as anciently pursued, there was most probably a hidden, probably not conceived, sense in which the word really represented the pre-incarnate Christ, declared after his incarnation to be the Word by divine inspiration. Okay? Now, let's go here. And I'll get to the punchline in just a second. We're going to lost word. Here we go. Lost word. According to the mythical history of Freemasonry, there once existed in the ancient craft a word of surpassing value, known to but a few, which was lost under certain unfortunate circumstances. A substitute word for this profound and venerated word was adopted for temporary use, but primarily, significantly, was the search made for this word. For the very philosophy of Masonry teaches us that there can be no death without a resurrection, no decay without a subsequent restoration, no loss without eventual recovery. This is the sublime symbolism of the myth of the lost word, the search for its recovery and its ultimate discovery. In its special or individual interpretation, the word in its loss, the search for its recovery, the temporal adoption of a substitute word becomes the symbol of the personal progress of the initiate. Okay? Now, if you know anything about paganism, there's a belief that if you know a demon's name, you can control that demon and you can control its powers, hence summoning a demon. That's why they summon demons. Okay? Now this is saying that if they can figure out what God's name is, that they may be able to summon him like a demon and gain his power and maybe even dethrone him and become God. Okay? They don't really understand that Satan kind of had some interpersonal problems with God and tried to do that already. And he failed miserably. Okay? Light. Synonymous with knowledge. Go ahead and read that. Knowledge. This is what they seek. Okay? They seek the light. They seek the knowledge. Okay? Darkness to light. Okay? Let's see. Here's the definition of God. Oh, here's a very good one. The letter G, what this stands for. If you have any questions, just ask. I don't know how this is going to turn up. Harama beef. Look that up. There's more to this story than what is here. That's the rest of Harama beef. Okay. Harama beef is essentially a retelling of the story of Osiris and Isis. Read that. That's really what they're talking about in all of this. Now, let's go to the all-seeing eye. Here. The all-seeing eye. You should be familiar with that. It's on your dollar bill. The definition of Bible, in case you didn't already know. Okay. The Book of Law. The Book of Law here, this is pretty important, because this says that the most important part of the Bible is the first 5 books, which is also known to anybody who has studied Judaism or is Jewish as the Torah. That's the most important part of the Bible to them. Okay? We have to ask why. We can ask those questions. Let's look here at the Ark of the Covenant. And then there's this phrase here, I am that I am. In the Bible, that's what God says to Moses at the burning bush. He says, who are you? And he says, I am that I am. He probably said it a lot better than I did with a better sounding voice. But this has been referenced over and over in this book. Okay? And we haven't even gotten into the Bible yet. Okay? The Bible doesn't start until back here. What happened to the 12 apostles? Here are the 33 most inspiring Bible chapters. You can look those up. 33 is a very important number to the Masons. Okay, so then the Bible starts there. At the end of the Bible, a guide to the laws of the Bible. An alphabetical digest of characters, places, and things in the Bible. Okay? This is mostly having to do with Egyptian terminology, but there's some Greek, and it really starts to twist religion around back here. If you're reading the Bible and you're using this to decode it or interpret it, you're going to end up worshiping somebody that you didn't really want to. Okay? So there you have it. In a nutshell.